Today, a two-day conference is being organized in Enugu for the first time in a way of helping Southeast children embrace education. The essence of the conference is to enable capacity building in the education sector, enhance efficiency among teachers and other institutions within the Southeast region. The conference, which has gathered experts in the education sector, is expected to empower stakeholders in the education sector in terms of capacity building, training, and also funding to enable them provide adequate education for the Southeast children. The need to give education its pride of place takes the center stage in Enugu. Stakeholders from the Southeast converged on Coal City to chart the way forward for education. According to United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, 1 out of 3 children in Nigeria is out of school. This translates to 10.2 million at the primary level and 8.1 million at the junior secondary level. The population of out-of-school children in Nigeria accounts for 15% of the global total, despite a UNICEF declaration that it is the right of every child to have access to quality education. It is to address this anomaly that a 2-day stakeholders conference on education dubbed Southeast Educators Conference 2024 is ongoing in Enugu with a theme, Future-Focused Learning, igniting the competitive edge, with key players in the education sector in attendance. The convener of the conference, Doris Chinedu Okoro, says the gathering with about 500 in the Southeast region and will present an opportunity for stakeholders to pioneer positive change in the education sector. According to her, the essence of the conference is to get today's child ready for the future with the 21st century learning skills.
It's happening. People are not keeping up with it. People don't know what we need to be teaching now. Teaching and learning has changed, complete change. It's no longer the way we used to do it. These days, what say people are usually the skills they have. So and sometimes or most times educators don't know how to integrate these skills into everyday classroom. So you're going to meet educators in this conference whose eyes will be open to this is what they are lacking and this is how to fix it. So we need to have a room filled with industry experts who are going to reawaken us and make us know this is what is happening. So at that point, I started thinking about how am I going to get these industry experts come to Enugu? Because most of them are very comfortable in Lagos and Abuja. Seeing Enugu and Southeast as one remote place, So I started thinking, how do I talk to them? How do I get them? And at that point, started making moves. And today, here we are. We have almost all the industry experts in Enugu today.
Alex Onya is the CEO of Educare, one of the key stakeholders at the event. He says the idea of bringing the conference to Enugu is to help transform the sector in the state and region and as well chart a new course for the education sector.
It actually makes our technology a lot more affordable for the people in the Southeast because we want them to be able to use it. Secondly, we are making a lot of intentional investments to be able to see that when you talk about Southeast first, then you can talk about Lagos second. Because what grows an economy is all about people and the energy. And we're trying to see how we can start creating that energy. We had an option to host this Southeast Education Conference probably in Lagos, but we decided that everybody must fly into Enugu. We want to see Enugu economy intentionally grow. You can see now there's a lot of energy and buzz in Enugu right now. This couldn't have happened if we hosted it somewhere else. But right now we have to start making Enugu the top priority. And I'm so proud and happy to come to you. The truth of the matter is that the government is already deeply in talk with us at every single point. So one thing I know about government is that give them a path, they'll be so glad to follow. But if you don't give them a path, they find it very difficult to align. So government are not the most innovative people, but if they see something that makes sense, they will definitely align.
In his keynote address, a former Nigerian Minister of Aviation, Osita Chidoka, who recently launched an online mentorship and leadership program for Nigerian youths named Mekaria Mentorship Program, MMP Foundation, says there is need for education in the Southeast to be ranked amongst the best globally. Chidoka says the basic education level has been neglected, calling for more attention to supervision and inspection at the basic level.
So it is important that children realize the importance. The whole country, the president of the country makes a speech every year on the day of the exam to encourage the students. Taxis will come on the streets to pick students Parents will come on the road with sweets and things to encourage them as they are going. The whole country is involved because they are going to take their final GCE exam. That is the power of education. That is the power of governance. And I believe we can make the same happen in the Southeast. We need to talk about basic education. Because every time we talk about education in the Southeast, we tend to focus on secondary schools, WAEC results and JAMB results. There seems to be no clear regulatory framework for basic education. There seems to be no clear ranking, supervision and inspection for basic education. Because our school supervision system is comatose.
The event has in attendance school owners, heads of public and private schools, teachers, parents, and other stakeholders in the education sector. Justice Ama for Signature TV.